Hey, I've got a quick question for you. Do you want to learn a simple yet brutally effective system to get more done in the next 12 weeks than you normally do in a year? So you can smash all your goals faster than you ever thought possible. Think about that. You'll be able to grow your business at warp speed and finally reach the potential you knew you were capable of. Red Coco here, and I'm excited to share the system with you today that delivers on all of that. But first, let me explain who this is for because I don't want to waste anybody's time. This presentation is for highly motivated business people, and they can be selling a service, a product, or even an experience. And they need to have at least 2 years of being an entrepreneur. The system I'm going to share with you today isn't for rookies. And you need to feel like you're this close, but haven't been able to achieve your goal. So if you feel like you're knocking on the door but can never quite get there, and you've got all the skills and the knowledge you need, and now you just need to figure out how to get all that horsepower to the road. If that sounds like you, then buckle up because this presentation is designed exactly for a business person just like you. And it's for you because if you're like most entrepreneurs, you've got a big problem. And that problem is that most entrepreneurs don't own a business. They just own a job. They become a prisoner to their business, walking around dragging a ball and chain. And they started their business out of a passion, freedom, and a hunger for more. But somewhere along their journey, they lose their way. And this usually starts with them checking their email as soon as they open their eyes in the morning because they're worried something went wrong and a fire burned down their business overnight. And then they get bogged down in tactical hell, dealing with time-sucking, busy activities that drain the life out of them and don't move their business forward. Now I want you to compare that for a second with an entrepreneur who owns a thriving, wildly successful business. A business that consistently generates hordes of new leads, clients, and revenue every single week. They've got automated systems and a team in place to run the daily operations and all of the grunt work of the business. They get to command higher fees, make more profits, and are growing at lightning speed. You might ask yourself, well, what's the difference? What's the difference between the entrepreneur stuck in tactical hell and the one who has a thriving business? Well, it all comes down to this: execution. Now, that seems like a simple topic, but as a business person, you know it's not always that simple. Because most business owners and entrepreneurs feel like they're busy all the time, but they feel like they're never getting results fast enough. And that's all because they're operating one step above chaos. See, the problem is not a lack of knowing what to do. The problem is a lack of actually doing it and not doing things in a systematic way that makes the end result what they want inevitable. Now, that's exactly why I'm so excited to share this brutally effective new Ruthless results system that my clients are already using to do more in 12 weeks than most people do in a year. And by the end of this presentation, I'll help you use this new Ruthless results system to do the exact same thing. Now, this system is by far the best method I've discovered to create a connection between the long-term vision and the daily and the weekly actions that I need to take in order to get to that vision. And also to figure out exactly what needs to be done. And I'm talking about step-by-step, paint by numbers in order to achieve the desired results. And a bulletproof and execution strategy that makes the result you want inevitable. And to always know exactly how far you've come and precisely how much further you need to know. Understanding your progress in anything you're trying to achieve in your business is an absolutely amazing sight that must be had in order to be successful. Now, I'm going to reveal all the details to you in a minute, but first I need to explain why this Ruthless results system works so well. It's based on this principle. Anything hard is really just a series of easy things. The trouble is, though, that our minds don't let us see the easy things because we're getting pulled into so many different directions at once. Think about your mind like a lantern sitting on a table when you're camping. It's casting off this soft light, 360 degrees around it. It's beautiful, but it really isn't that bright and it doesn't go that far. Now, I want you to contrast that for a second. Contrast it with a spotlight. All of that light is going in a single direction. It's way brighter. It's more focused. And it's making sure you see whatever you pointed at. This is what the Ruthless results system I'm about to show you automatically does. It shifts your focus. It turns you into a spotlight instead of into a lantern. Now, you might be asking yourself, like, how does that go down? The new system uses a concept called periodization. When athletes train, they use this logical progression called periodization, where they focus on perfecting one skill at a time before they end up moving on to the next. Their coaches know this is the best way to create elite athletes. And it's also the way to create elite businesses too. Periodization puts all of your energy and focus into the thing that you want most, and it virtually guarantees you're going to get it. Now with that, you might want to get out a pen and some paper because I'm about to walk you through the exact steps you need to take to use this Ruthless results system. Step 1 is connect your vision to your tactics. But I see people go wrong with this all the time. Their plan is really just a collection of thoughts and ideas that don't support one another. And this is operating one step above complete chaos. And instead, what you need to do is link each small activity with the overall strategy so you make sure every little effort that you put out actually gets you closer to where you want to be. The other thing I see they do wrong is they plan what to do each day the night before. So on Tuesday night, they'll plan what to do on Wednesday, but forget about Thursday or Friday, and definitely next week because those are too far out. Again, operating one step above complete chaos. Instead, what you need to be doing is your daily activities should support your weekly goals, and your weekly goals support your monthly objectives, and your monthly objectives support your 12-week targets. It's all a system. And when you do this right, you get to take all the guesswork out of what is a priority each day and each week because your to-do list is connected to your overall strategy. Now, let me tell you a little story about a client that I have in the insurance space. So she came to me because she felt like she couldn't find what she called the next gear in her business. She felt like she was constantly busy. She was working 12 hours a day, which if you do that, I totally understand. I used to work 12 hours a day as well, but she could never find progress towards what she wanted most, even though she was working all of those hours. Turns out that her strategy was in no way connected to her daily tactics. So I helped her align her focus where she knew what's prioritized each day and each week. And here's what she had to say. I've had more results with this system in the first 6 weeks than I had in the 6 months before. I'm up over 300%. So you can see how well the system works and how quickly people are able to get results with it. Now, if you want me to help you connect the dots between your long-term strategy and your daily tactics, then what I want you to do is fill out the application below this video on this page, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together. But now let's get back to this system. Step 2 is create a goal funnel where your only possible outcome is actually achieving your goal. But people do this thing wrong too. They don't think about what specifically needs to be done to reach their goal, and they tell themselves they'll figure it out along the way. Really, in that case, the chaos of daily life takes over and leaves everything to chance. If you've ever told yourself, I'll just figure it out along the way, you know exactly where that story ends. There's too many things that are fighting for your attention and pulling you away from what matters most. And you end up working on the urgent stuff and never take on the important stuff. You can't figure it out along the way. It just creates chaos. They also fail to break down their big goals into segments that create a step-by-step process where each step builds on the last, ultimately making the end goal an inevitable next step. But when you do it right, you've broken down your big goal into small enough components that makes it easy to take action and get things done in a systematic way. I recognize this is probably new to you, so if you want help executing all of this, then just fill out the application on this page. We'll see if we're a good fit to work together. Something I need you to know, though, I'm a leader. I'm not a savior. I will guide you and hold your hand the entire way through it, but you have to do the work. If you're an entrepreneur looking for a quick hack, stop watching this now because it's not for you. This is only for business people who are like borderline obsessed with maximizing their potential in their own businesses. Here's somebody who was just like that, a client that I have in the agency space. He wanted to grow his company, and he was doing an okay job, but he was never hitting his 8% quarterly growth targets. So what I did was I mapped out his ultimate objective and helped him identify what specifically needed to be done in order to accomplish that objective. And I created one of those goal funnels I just told you about that moved him directly on the path he wanted to go in a simple, systematic way. And he grew 11% that quarter, beating what his original targets were simply by creating this goal funnel and doing things in a systematic way. It really can be that simple. Let me teach you the third step in the system, because the third step in the system is by far one of my favorite. You segment the execution by task stacking. But again, people do this wrong. They try to knock out their quote-unquote hard tasks in their plan first. But what happens then is they get behind schedule, and then they get frustrated, and then ultimately they end up giving up. And in this case, they think their plan didn't work, but the truth is they didn't work. They're frustrated. They gave up. I understand that. I've been in this situation before where I thought doing the hard tasks first was ultimately what was going to get me to where I wanted to be, but I did just get frustrated. I got way behind schedule, and I ended up shifting gears and pivoting, and it just didn't work. I didn't work. The next thing they do is they try to jump from one task to another, and that causes them to lose focus and momentum, which ultimately leads to mediocre results at the very best. Anybody who tells you that they're multitasking is either lying or doing a whole bunch of things that really are half-assed and not going to turn out very well anyway. But when you do it right, though, you accomplish these simple, what I call supporting objectives first, that create momentum and make it easy to hit the big goal that you've set for yourself. Just a client like this in the real estate space. So what he was struggling with is he needed to get his website to bring in the leads and clients that he wanted. Now, he knew there was a series of tasks that had to be completed for it to work, but his trouble was he was shooting himself in the foot. He was jumping from task to task, and in his words, he felt like nothing was working. And I agree with him. Nothing was working because he was working on like 3 or 4 different tasks in the case of an hour. So he was moving around a lot. So what I did was I helped him create a more logical progression so he could do the easy things first that would support the bigger, tougher tasks that he needed to do down the road. So he ended up getting this whole thing done in 12 weeks and now has 18 new leads per month coming in from his website. Let me put that into some context for you. Before he started this program, he was getting 3 leads per month. So this is a 600% increase in the number of leads that he had. Now, I don't know where you are in your business, whether you're getting 2 leads, 20 leads, or even 2,000 leads. What would your business do with a 600% increase in the number of leads you get every single month? Your head's probably spinning with that one, but we don't have time to let it spin too long because I want to give you a recap of how the Ruthless Results System can help you. Step 1, connect your vision to your tactics so you can take the guesswork out of what should be a priority each day and spend more time doing the right things. These are the things that are actually going to move the money needle. Step 2, I want you to create a task funnel where your only possible outcome is achieving your goal. And you do this by breaking it down into micro steps and then taking systematic action on those steps. And step 3 is you segment the execution by task stacking. So you build momentum and strength with easy tasks on the front end that support your larger tasks on the back end. Ultimately, the Ruthless Results System makes the end results you want inevitable. And it's inevitable because it's simple enough to execute on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. And as you can tell by the case studies that are below this video on this page, the system just plain works. So if you want to learn a simple yet brutally effective system to get more done in the next 12 weeks than you normally do in a year, so you can smash all your goals faster than you ever thought possible. Also, you can grow your business at warp speed and finally reach the potential you knew you were capable of. Then fill out an application on this page and schedule a call to speak with me. Now, when you work with me, I'm personally, I don't hire this out. I personally coach you to do a few things. I'll help you clarify the vision and link that vision up to a tactical plan that makes getting what you want inevitable. I'll help you create one of those goal funnels we talked about that breaks your big goal down into systematic micro steps that really make it easy to take action every single day and every single week until you achieve what you want. And we're going to segment and prioritize your work with task stacking that builds momentum and power right out of the gate. And ultimately, I'll also help you instill the discipline you need to get a full year's worth of results in just 12 weeks. If any of that sounds awesome, don't even think about it anymore. Just start filling out the application on this page, get on the phone with me, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together. But before you do that, I've got a warning for you. This isn't for everybody. It gets intense. But it's going to spark a fundamental shift in the right person that's going to help them achieve what they never thought possible. Another warning, space is extremely limited. You need to understand my only focus is helping my clients get results. And I'm so fanatic about this, I spend a lot of time other coaches don't. And my bandwidth is what it is. So I make sure I always have enough bandwidth to help the clients I take on. So if you want in on this offer, then start filling out your application on this page right now before your spot gets taken by somebody else. And if you're seeing this video right now, that means there is a spot still open. Whenever my capacity is at its max, I take the video down. So if you're seeing it right now, that means that I do have some capacity. So fill out the application on this page right now, and I'll see you on the other side.